Law enforcement officials are probing the island's latest fatal road crash in the Roseau Valley. A woman was killed along the Morne Do'r Road in Jacmel after she was hit by a pickup van on the weekend.
About 9:20 a.m. on Saturday, the 18th of January 2020, officers attached to the ancillary police station responded to a report of a fatal accident along the Morne Do'r Jacmel Road. The deceased has been identified as 77-year-old Georgiana Fanis of Morne Do'r. It's alleged that she was a pedestrian and was struck by a pickup van whilst traversing the route. A post-mortem examination is scheduled for a later date.
Police Press Relations Officer Corporal Ann Joseph confirms that the driver of the pickup is a member of the law enforcement community.
Yes, the driver has been identified as a police officer, but we would comment at a later date as it relates to any further particulars on that matter.
Given the recent spate of automobile crashes, questions have been raised about the strategies used by the authorities to curb the number of collisions and traffic violations on the nation's roads. The police department, which has conducted a number of revenue stops and set up checkpoints, has recorded success in the seizure of illegal firearms, the arrest of unlicensed drivers, and the confiscation of uninsured vehicles. But what about the behavior of motorists who flout the laws by driving with reckless abandon?
Well, I don't think it's accurate to say that the work of the police has not been working. We have had major successes as it relates to particularly traffic-related operations. These will continue into the new year. We have bumped that up into the latter end of 2019. You can see that there were an increase in traffic-related operations. You can see the traffic checks along various routes. That will continue. What we are going to also continue to do is to encourage drivers and pedestrians, persons using our highways and byways, to do so carefully, abide by the traffic regulations. We do have laws as it relates to persons, both pedestrian and motor vehicle users of our roads. We're asking persons to use our roads carefully. It's not just for your own safety, it's also for the safety of other persons who utilize our roads.
The increasing number of crashes on the roadways has elicited public calls for a coordinated effort by the authorities to implement effective policies to reduce traffic accidents. To date, the much talked about adoption of breathalyzers for roadside sobriety tests has yet to be implemented. Over the past decade, both government and non-governmental organizations have embarked on numerous crusades aimed at modifying driver behavior. In 2015, the National Association of Driving Schools attempted to put a dent in the accident rate through the launch of its National Road Safety Campaign. The previous year, authorities amended the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act with stiff penalties for offences including the absence of safety belts in vehicles, failure to wear seat belts, or produce a driver's license, insurance, or certificate of registration upon request by law enforcement. Joachim Du Plessis, HTS News Force.